Imagine looking at me and thinking that I'm down to Netflix and chill. Me. Mm-mm.
What's your age?
I am 28.
What's the most you would spend on a first date?
Never go more than $50 ever. And the reason is because there's an 80% chance you're never going to see that woman again. She picked to go out on a date with you today, but she has 3 other dates lined up for next week and the week after that.
But we couldn't say the same thing about men?
Not in most cases, no. Most guys are struggling to get dates. Most guys don't have the options that even an average woman to below average woman has. Guys, you really have to set yourself apart, showcase either an attractive image, be charismatic, and or be persistent. And in some cases, all 3 in order for you to even land a few dates a week.
But let's be honest. If you're really attracted to a woman, why wouldn't you just go all out and take her to the dinner for a first date?
Go for it. But it's always a risk. And if you're okay with having that experience and potentially never seeing her again, then by all means, it's your wallet. But with me, I don't like to waste my time. And I've realized that also when it comes to genuine desire, meaning a woman actually being physically attracted to you, actually having an interest towards you, she's not going to require all these crazy experiences. Some of my past girlfriends and some of the best women I've ever met walk in the park. Casual food, less than $12 a person.
Ice cream and coffee.
Very simple.
I was cleaning out my closet and I found a pair of women's sweatpants that were not mine. I sent a picture to my husband and I said, "What the frick are these?" His response was, "Sweatpants, question mark? I don't know." I said, "Whose are these?" He says, "Is this a trick? I don't know." My husband is great, incredible, amazing, but he's still a man. And for about 3 minutes, I thought, what if I've just been tricked for the past 5 years and he's just that good? But I would have no idea. And he got home from the grocery store and I was like, "Where did these pants come from?" He was like, "I really don't know." I was like, "I will put you on Dateline. Where did these pants come from?" I walk out into the living room to my mom who's taking care of the baby so I can clean out my closet. And I'm like, "Hey, did you put sweatpants in my closet?" My mom goes, "Oh yeah, I found these. They were like only $1 and I thought they were cute and comfy. So I wanted to see if you wanted them." I said, "Mommy, I am crazy. You cannot put women's clothes randomly in my closet." She was like, "Why? Honey would never." I was like, "Yeah, the logical part of my brain knows that." She's not always logical though. Cute sweatpants. Good job, Mom.
Everyone keeps saying bring back the real lovers, bring back real romance. And it's like, do you guys not realize that you complain about every single thing? Why would anyone want to be romantic with you? Why would anyone want to do nice gestures for you when you find a reason to complain? Find a way to make think pieces out of everything. You keep saying bring back the real lovers, but you're killing them.
Guys, I need your help. Something a man did gave me the ick, and I need to know if I'm exaggerating. I feel like I am, but it's enough for me to be like, and I know I get the ick so easily, so I know that. So help a girl out. So haven't met this guy in person yet, okay? Talking back and forth on the phone, chatting. And after we talk for a while, I say, "Hey, I think I'm going to go to bed." We say our goodnights, hang up the phone. Afterwards, I text and say, "Oh my goodness, I'm so cold," because it's cold. I said, "I can't wait to get all like bundled up and get into bed." He says he's already bundled up and get into bed. I said, "I'm jealous," kind of had some back and forth. And then I said, "You should send me a picture of you all bundled up." So he did. He sends me a picture. He's all bundled up. He's super cute with his beard. Looks great. I respond back, "Oh my gosh, you look so comfy and of course so handsome." And he says, "Okay, your turn." So I send him a picture. I'm in a hoodie, totally clothed, totally like appropriate. And I don't know what his thought process was behind this response, but it took him like a good, 5 or 7 minutes probably to respond, even though we had been responding back and forth every like 30 seconds. I send him the picture and he just doesn't respond to it or anything other than a thumbs up and says, "Looking good." What? I feel like that's something my dad would say to me. "Looking good, champ." I'm not expecting you to even give me a compliment. You could have just hearted it or like whatever. But the fact that you were like, "Looking good," with a thumbs up, like, what does that even mean? I don't know. It gave me the ick. I put the phone down and then he later texted again and was like, "Have a great night. Talk to you in the morning." And then he texted the next morning. And I just, it's such a dad thing to say. Am I being dramatic? Tell me in the comments. This is legit why I'm single. Ugh.
I hate that you guys are saying this, okay? Because when it comes to ovulating, it's not just about finishing. I need a man. I need a full-grown man I need him after a long day of hard work, sweaty, smelly, pheromones. I need to be able to look him in his eyes, and I need him to be just a slightly afraid of me, just a little bit, just like I've hunted him down somehow. I need to hear him, okay? I need flesh that I can leave marks on. I need hair that I can pull. A rose is not going to cut it. It's not.
This seasoning? Y'all, I'm confused. Oh, it's my eye. It's my fucking eye. I can't believe I just did that. That was no joke. Everything hurts. No joke.
I feel like I'm so desperate for love, y'all. Like, I want to be loved so bad by men. I've been alone for so long. I really, really desire sleeping next to somebody every night. And I feel like in the past, I have put up with so much just so that I would be able to have the things that I desire. And I don't want it like that no more. I really want somebody to love me for me. And I have a daughter. I'm so grateful for the love my daughter can give me, but it's different. I mean, the way a man can love you and the way that your child loves you are two completely different things. I desire a family so bad. And I don't know, and the thing is, I was engaged. And I caught off my engagement and everything years ago. And for me, it just seems like some things that never come around twice for me. And I think that's why I'm so emotional, because I'm having a hard time accepting just being alone. And it's like I'm only getting older and the things I want are just running far, far, far from me. And would you believe me if I said I would give up all the money I got, all the followers I got, all the social media just to have true love? I honestly would. I'll go back to making $10, $12, $15 an hour if I could just be happy with somebody. And I think for so long, money was everything that.
And yet what we continue to hear from modern women is, this life is so great. I love it. I don't need no man. I'm strong and independent. I'm a boss babe. I have steak and lobster every night. I'm getting to the bag. My nails done, hair done, car paid for. I got a nice car, nice house, nice clothes, and all this is paid for. You can't get next to me. You can't get close to me, yada, yada, yada. And here we are talking about, I'm looking for the touch of a man. I need the touch of a man. Where's the man at? I'm longing for a man. I'm desperate for a man. Interesting.
I don't know.
Women are the biggest cheaters, but love complaining about cheating. It is so important to listen, to understand, and not just respond, right? I appreciate this comment. She says, I usually like your content. I don't know about this. I'm going to just say this again, just for people who don't understand. Anytime we talk about anything in relationships, women always bring up cheating. Always. And the point of my conversation around forgiving my husband 20 times over letting 20 other men play with me, where did I say cheating? Where did I say forgive my husband for cheating 20 times? I said I would rather forgive my husband 20 times than let other men play with me. That's what I said. And I was referencing Keisha Cole couldn't forgive her husband at that time for cheating, right? But she's let multiple men play with her, whether that was cheating on her, embarrassing her, lying to her, whatever it might have been. But y'all get so fixated on cheating that you cannot understand. If you think that you're going to be married to anyone and think that you're not going to have to forgive them for many different things over the years, it could be infidelity. It could be something dealing with your finances. It could be something dealing with your children. It's a multitude of things. So that's my point. I would rather go through it with my husband and we work through things together and I forgive him rather than go out here in the world and let a bunch of different men play with me. But again, women who are the biggest cheaters, women are out here cheating real bad, love to always bring up cheating in the conversation. So if you listen to understand and not be so focused on men cheat, girl, again, as I said, you won't be in a marriage with anyone if you think forgiveness is not going to be a piece, a big key to being in your marriage for many, many years. You're going to have to forgive your partner over and over and over again. It may not be the same thing. It could be the same thing. They could have a spending problem. You might have to forgive them over and over for having
Whatever it is, you're gonna have to. I would rather go through with my one husband than walk out in this world and let a bunch of different men play in my face. Period.
This is what I mean. Women want to completely remove responsibility for themselves, and I don't know why. Like, yes, I'm gonna hold women to a higher standard because I am a woman. I'm a woman. I'm around females all the time, honey. And I see it all the time. I don't need to speak to a man. They have men speaking to men about them doing disgusting shit. I'm going to speak to the women, right? So let's keep it with us and stop trying to run away from responsibility. Reasons as to why I hold women to a higher standard. Well, one of them is that y'all allow these men to just run through you and then blame them for running through you when you gave them that option to do so. That's a responsibility on your part, baby. You can't sit here and call all the men disgusting because, honey, you allowed it. Like the dude got mad at all the men for sleeping with the Lily Phillips girl. Why are you mad when this is what she wanted to do? So what if the cries? She's gonna go and do it again. At some point, we have to be responsible for ourselves. And y'all don't want to be responsible for yourself. I don't know why. You're not a child.
Do not tell them that you like them. I've had so many women reach out to me and be like, well, how does he know that I like him if I've never told him? Girl, he thinks that you like him. If you're responding to him, he thinks that you like him. I can't even explain to you how many guys have sent me their conversations being like, do you think she's still into me? And the girl has sent him an anti-ghost text like 3 times already. I don't know where they get it from, but a lot of guys are delulu. They say we're delulu, but they are delulu, okay? And they think that we like them all of the time. You never have to verbally tell them. You never have to verbally tell a man that you like him. If he says, I really like you, you could be like, me too. That's your opportunity. But in no way, shape, or form are you going to be like, I just want to let you know I'm having a really good time with you and I like you. Ooh. Ooh, like I cannot.
It's breakfast. I ain't got no friends. Ain't got no friends, man. What the fuck? Yeah. I don't give.
Bro called me eager. I said, yes, definitely I am. Did you want me to deny the fact that I was excited? Yes, I'm eager. Are you ready?
If you're not obsessed with me, what's the point? Why would you approach me if you're not going to worship the ground I walk on? Why would you approach me without offerings, without complete devotion? What do I look like to you?
I'm 9 months celibate, and I'm just say, how do y'all be bragging about this shit again? I'm suffering. Unattractive men been looking good as hell lately. I'm not even finna try to sound like one of them that, oh, I wanted to be celibate. Baby, this wasn't by choice. They just want to do right long enough to get it. Not gonna lie, I've been feeling like a wild animal. I know it's gonna be easy as hell next time. Honestly,
Exactly. Y'all done been out here holding out. People telling you hold out and keep on doing your thing. Love it. But these standards are gonna get you right in the same position. Find a man that's going the same way that you're going, doing the same thing that you're doing. Move all these silly standards out the way. Find somebody, get to know them. And then you don't have to be struggling like this. You don't have to be looking at an ugly man. Somebody said in the comments, oh, I folded to a short king 10 months ago or whatever it was or whatever she said. Or I saw this man, he was butt ugly, but I just had to do it. Oh, man, these men don't understand when you're ovulating. No, I don't think that men care. Y'all be out here in the streets doing a whole bunch of nonsense and then expecting the man to be way up here in the clouds, a rich man, 6 feet, and all this other nonsense. Well, it's not all women that want that. These modern women, maybe they don't want that specifically, but if the man falls within the criteria, oh, I love a short king, it's usually something that's going to disqualify him, always. Don't even have to be anything physical. Oh, he just had this and it gave me the ick. He didn't like to watch rom-coms with me. Foolishness. Now you're suffering.
do is breathe on me. Breathe.
Last November, I was single, going out and drinking every weekend. This November, still single, but now you're a single mom. Last November, I was pregnant and looking forward to the little family I was gonna have. This November, I'm a single mom because I realized he was never going to change. You see, my problem is you can't act like there weren't warning signs. You see, you tell on yourself when you say you finally realized he was never going to change. I say it all the time. Guys don't turn into scumbags after they get you pregnant. You get pregnant with scumbag. Last November, he said he wanted to change for us. Estes pinches putas. Come on. Well, he's this, he's that. I know he was like that before he got you pregnant. They don't transform into Decepticons as soon as they get you pregnant. Bro is already like that. This November, single, starting my new chapter / era, will never be a second option again. Second option, but you giving this children. Men never change. That's what I've been saying. Last year, he got a DUI, restraining order put in place, hardly made time for the babies, cheater, press charges for DV. That baby's not that old. This baby's not that old. You got pregnant by...
They don't leave you for someone better. They don't leave you for someone who's prettier. They leave you for someone who's easier.
There's still men who are 30 years old who still think it's cool to have this like boy persona and like all these girls and like treat them horribly. And it's like, you like boys. You do. And like, it's okay, but like, you like boys, okay?
Whoa. Wait. Oh.
Video out, Destiny. Let
me know what you think.
Wow.
It's good, ain't it?
This is the best thing you've ever made.
Bro,
where'd you get the recipe?
Cooking with Kaya.
What? You paying for it right now?
Bro, she a chef. I just...
It is good.
I know, I learned it from Cooking with Kaya.
You gotta be joking right now.
It's good, right?
You're joking with me.
It's good, right?
Cooking with Ryan.
Why'd you sing it like that? Where'd you hear to sing it like that? Where'd you hear
There was a girl on TikTok that was just saying cooking with in her name.
Don't.
I was gonna cook for
Nothing.
Hi, y'all. I can't watch Cooking with Kaya no more because my girl actually can cook better than her. And she's good at what she do.
Have I ever had somebody from my personal life try to book me as a full service? Yes. And I've done story times on this before on my old account, so I'm gonna retell you the story. There's actually 2 different times this has happened. Actually, technically 3 now. There is a new one. I'm gonna just tell one of the stories for this video. So the first time this ever happened, I had an inquiry from somebody. They said what their first name was, didn't know it was particularly this person. I got back to them. They never paid a deposit, right? So that was the end of it. They contacted me again, I want to say like 4 months later, for a booking again. We went through all the basics, and then they hit me with the, I actually know you. And I was like, oh, who is this? He sent me through a selfie of him, and I immediately knew who it was. I used to work a food service related job way back. We are talking when I was like 17, 18. And that is where I knew this guy from. Now, this guy was never nice to me in that job, like ever. He was actually a bully. And the weird thing is, his best mate at that job, I have no idea if they're still friends. I think they are. I actually briefly sort of dated, very casually dated, hooked up with, and actually had a lot of dramas with his mate. Obviously, I refused to take the booking. That is a boundary for me. I would never see somebody who knows me personally for full service. When I first started, I thought maybe I would. However, now I really just don't need the work, and it complicates things, and it's not, the boundary there is not as firm if they know me personally. And I just know it's going to lead to constant messages, people getting attached, etc. At the end of the day, that is my main concern, is boundaries and people overstepping with me. And I just think knowing them personally is going to lead to... Anyway, that was the first time it happened. If you guys would like to hear the story times on the other times, please let me know in the comments, and I will tell you those.
Get on your knees. That's all you need to do, is just get on your knees, and they could solve so many issues. I think we could solve so many worldly issues if more people just got on their knees. Because hear me out. I went down on my husband like he was a lollipop for the first year of a relationship, just non-stop, all the time. 2 years later, we're engaged. 2.5 years later, we're married, closing on a house. 3 years later, I just up and adopt a dog. Just buy our second dog. No conversation, no context. I just do it. He's not even mad about it. I have the good health insurance. The good health insurance. I can go to chiropractor. It costs me nothing. I'm just saying, going down on him, her, everyone could solve your lifely problems. It could make everyone happen. There could be no war if men were just routinely getting sucked off. He could be happier. My husband has advanced his career, providing more for our family, because I routinely get down on my knees and empower him by degrading myself. So hear me out. Just get on your knees. And a year from now, you can be engaged. Just think about it as a long-term investment.
So I'm not condoning or telling good men to lie, but helping women and good men to understand that as women, you'll hear this many times today, that we are not emotionally mature enough to handle the responsibility of knowing the truth. So how do we understand that, both as women and good men, and find what works in the relationship? It's not good or bad. We literally are wired differently, and we literally live in two different realities. Good men must know you cannot trust your wife with the truth, and yet there are times you are going to need to share the truth, and we'll talk about how to do that for good men and how as women to handle that. But good men need to see the reality of their wife and understand the dynamics in your marriage so that you are not duped by your wife, that you are supposed to be completely transparent, which is what we gaslight you to think you should do, but you can't. And this is for us as women to understand our differences, accept them, and find a path forward in the marriage that works. As I shared, I'm not emotionally mature enough and in my wiring as a woman to handle all the truths my husband might tell me. And I have a very, very honest husband that knows, and if Gev was with me today, would tell you he overshares. He's an oversharer. He knows that. And I have to embrace it to make me stronger, but I can't always handle everything he tells me. And there's plenty that I would rather not know. And when we can embrace that and know that about ourselves as women, we can get out of our fantasy and wrong thinking that we need to know every little thing and every deep thought or fear or feeling from our husbands, and embrace our differences and find that dance and actually create a safe environment when something does need to be shared, that we can put on our big girl pants, find the emotional maturity in us and work through it and not weaponize it against our husbands. 5 reasons a good man should not be honest with his wife. And knowing that there are caveats to this, and not condoning lying, but understanding our differences as women and good men. Number 1, women weaponize the truth and vulnerabilities of their husbands. We will use